All right, welcome back to Here's the Deal. Can you believe it? 2022 is almost gone. How did that happen? Looks like I'm in a transporter in Star Trek. It looks like I'm beaming up. I guess I'm wearing a color that kind of corresponds partially with my green screen in the background, and you can kind of see through me a little bit. Look at that. That's weird. Let me see if you guys can hear me okay. I'm beaming up. Oh yeah, there we go. All right, guys, thanks for joining. I appreciate you being here. Hope you had a great Christmas with family and friends, and I hope you're going to have a happy new year. We're going to start this off with a curfew order in Eudora, Arkansas. This is just right down the street from me. Well, actually not right down the street. It's probably about a 6-hour drive, but this is right near the Tennessee Arkansas line. It's called Eudora. And if you are curious, there is the population of Eudora is currently 2269 as of a 2010 census, which is down from 2819 in 2000. So they lost about 600 people in 10 years. So I don't know what the census for 2020 revealed, but if that's any indication, they're probably right at about 1900 to 2000. So it's a real small city, but they've declared a state of emergency, and now they have a curfew, which means, somebody said in the comment section, what are we, 12 years old or something? So this is government using the justification of an emergency to curtail basic liberties like traveling liberties. The only two reasons you can go outside is for an emergency situation or work between the hours of, I think it's 8 p.m. and 6 a.m. Ridiculous. And if this can happen in Eudora, Arkansas, this can happen anywhere. When, this is a measure of an injustice, but a lot of people don't see this because it's like, oh, the government's trying to keep us safe, so of course we got to comply with their commands. But if you give away a little essential liberty, like Benjamin Franklin said, for politically promised security, and that's what they're promising you, you'll be safe, you'll be secure if you just obey this curfew, or why would they do it? The reason they're doing this curfew is for the justification of keeping you safe. But if you give up your liberties so that some government functionary can keep you safe, which it's not his responsibility to keep you safe, it's your responsibility to keep you safe. And if you give government functionaries the power to curtail your liberties in the case of an emergency, then they'll always be coming up with emergencies to take away more of your rights and more of your power. Emergency town hall. We're gonna look at some videos here and try to figure out what's going on. There's already been like a news station that went to Eudora to ask questions, and they couldn't find anybody to answer the questions like, hey, why are you doing this? This is pretty extreme. A curfew, telling adults that they can't do certain things. They can't do the basic things between these certain hours because there's, violence in the city. Emergency town hall meeting called over recent outbreak of violence in Eudora. Curfew extended. Murders, break-ins, and shootings are the causes of a mandatory curfew issued earlier this week in this town in Eudora. Thursday night, city officials explained why since Tuesday they've been stopping and searching people. So it's not just a matter, if you go out, if you break this curfew, you will be stopped and you will be searched, and even more of your rights will be taken away. Between 8 p.m. and 6 a.m. each night, the people of Eudora came out strong at the emergency meeting, united against violence, but divided over how to fight it. Let's just look at some of what these people are saying here.
I believe the curfew is a must.
I don't feel like it's fair.
Murders, break-ins, and shooting.
I think it's a must. We got to do it. We got to tell adults they got to stay in. And if they don't abide by the removal of all their rights, well, then they should be punished. And other people are like, no, wait, are you kidding me? Could you be more polarized?
The reasons for a mandatory curfew issued earlier this week in the town of Eudora in Chico County. Tonight, city officials explained why since Tuesday they've been stopping and searching people between 8 and 6 each night. Thanks for watching KRK4 News at 10. I'm Laura.
Stopping and searching people. My God. Imagine going outside of your house and you get stopped and frisked and your car gone through and all of your rights completely thrown out the window. Why are you doing this? Because other people committed violence. Now that gives us a blank check. We got carte blanche to commit violence ourselves, because that's what it is, guys. When they're stopping you and they're intruding upon you and without your consent searching your vehicle, the implied threat of force is there. Are you really going to give it up? Is this something we should roll over for? Is this something we should comply with?
Monteverde.
I'll tell you what it makes. I'll tell you what it makes me want to do. If I heard my mayor say that in my town, first thing I'm doing is, hey, we're going out. What weren't planning on it, but now I am gonna go out. Gonna call everybody in the neighborhood. Hey, let's all go out. Let's take to the streets.
Reports from the southeast corner of the state with reaction to the strong approach to curb violence.
We as a community need to stand up.
I'm not going to stay locked up in my house.
Eudora came out
I love that. I love that.
United against.
Locked up in my house.
I'm not going to stay locked up in my house, and you can't make me. Forget you.
Eudora came out strong, united against violence, but divided over how to fight it.
This has to stop. We need a resolution.
Mayor Tahlequah Butler.
Yeah, guess what the resolution is, Tamika? Guess what the resolution is? Self-empowerment. Self-empowerment. Don't expect the government to keep you safe, because the government's not there to keep you safe. The government's there to make more rules, to take away more of your rights, and reach their hands deeper into your pockets. That's what government's there for. I mean, historically speaking, but if you don't want to learn from history, then I guess you're doomed to repeat it.
Declared a mandatory civil emergency curfew Tuesday, warning anyone caught loitering or.
We'll watch this whole video. The whole video right here.
Warning anyone
even the visualization of this video is just kind of bizarre.
Loitering or out past 8 p.m. could be stopped and searched. Thursday, law enforcement explained.
In other words, because of what Tamika said, because of what the law enforcement association there is going along with, you give up all of your rights. Your rights are gone. You don't have any. You don't have the basic rights. Freedom of speech? No, not between 8 and 6. Freedom of the press? Nope, you can't do it. Freedom to travel? No, not on your life. Not unless it depends on your life and it's an emergency situation or you're going to work.
It's because of a string of shootings resulting in 2 murders this year in the small town of just 1,700.
Okay, so now there's only 1,700. 1,700. There used to be, back in 2010, there was 2,800. And then in 2000, it went down to 2,200. Now it's 1,700. People are leaving Eudora for a reason, Tamika.
In bigger cities, larger cities, that sounds like peanuts. But here, in a small community, it's unfathomable.
On Christmas Eve, one person was killed at the Chico Apartments. Alicia Henderson's home was also shot that.
So they're going to lock down 1,700 people, over 1,700 people, because 2 people got offed.
Night, almost hitting her 6-year-old son.
Sitting down.
It really makes me want to drive to Eudora. Who wants to converge at Eudora? Is there an IHOP in Eudora? Everybody meet at the IHOP.
Playing his PS5 that he got for Christmas and almost took a bullet to the head. You have 13, 14, 15, 16-year-olds carrying AR-15s.
Some argue with the curfew. As the sun sets on Eudora, so do their liberties.
Everybody's not out here doing violence.
As the sun sets on Eudora, so do their liberties. Exactly. Well said.
But we got to go in, though.
However, Alicia and the city leadership believe it should stay in place as long as it can make a difference.
I believe if they hadn't shut the city down, there would be way more gunfire than we've already experienced. So the curfew was very necessary.
That was Neil Zarang.
And we know all those criminals in Eudora, they're just following exactly what the mayor and the police department want. They're going to definitely obey, aren't they?
Reporting. City officials say because of the curfew, they already have made 1 arrest where a stolen gun was recovered. The curfew has been extended as of now until January 3rd.
Overall net yield of shutting down over 1,700 people and locking them in their homes, we recovered 1 firearm that wasn't registered. Looks like it was stolen. Says, so this Tamika Butler here, let me show you this video right here. This is pretty bizarre. Just how they, just the setup of this.
Had my
looks
blood
very
pressure
strange.
pills I had taken with me for
Oh,
a
what do we
couple
got
of
here?
days.
What do we got here?
Ran out.
Oops, sorry guys. All right, here we go. Just how they did the camera angle on this. They got her seated before, 4, I guess, law enforcement officers of Eudora. Kind of weird. Listen to what she says.
Greetings, everyone, citizens of Eudora. As you all are well aware.
Oh, this only applies to. Oh, well, that counts me. I'm not a citizen. I'm not a denizen of the city. I'm not a subject of your rules and laws and codes and ordinances and policies. I'm exempt.
Our city has been recently plagued with senseless acts of violence, which has led me to declare
I'm sure none of those senseless acts of violence came from the law enforcement officers themselves.
a state of civil emergency curfew, effective immediately for all citizens between the hours of 8 p.m. and 6 a.m. The only exceptions would be for medical emergencies and for employment.
God, if this ain't tyranny, there ain't no such thing as tyranny.
The loitering statute will be strictly enforced during this time, and a copy of that statute can be picked up at City Hall. Should you be caught during curfew hours, you will be subject to being stopped and searched.
So what is Tamika doing here? Tamika is creating criminals. She's making freshly minted criminals. Anybody who disobeys my broad spectrum umbrella order of everybody stay in between 8 and 6, then you become a criminal and you're subject to searches, you're subject to seizures, you're subject to arrest, you're subject to criminality and to fines and to penalties. We will ruin your life and set your life on a bad course if you disobey Tamika. That's what they're saying. Tamika, you know what they're saying? They're saying Tamika is above the supreme law of the land. It's Tamika is the supreme goddess of the land. Forget about that Constitution, the Fourth Amendment. What are you talking? First Amendment, Second Amendment. Get out of here with that nonsense. This is a Constitution-free zone between the hours of 8 and 6.
Other agencies have been contacted.
It's like, what? If you want to really curb violence, tell them that they can't watch Netflix anymore. Tell them they can't watch movies. You can't go to the movies anymore. Oh, we can't have that playing in our movie theater because it glorifies violence. And that, we know if kids watch that, they're more apt to go get a gun and go harm somebody. So why don't you do that? Why don't you tell people what they can eat or we found that, there's a increase in obesity over here in Eudora. So we've shut down the McDonald's. Anybody who tries to go into the McDonald's will be arrested and maybe tased on sight. Where does this stop? Because you've basically taken away all their freedoms. Go ahead and take away the rest of them. Tell them they can't. And while you're inside, you can't watch TV or use a toaster because studies show that toasters can burn down houses.
In order to assist with this endeavor, there will be a town hall meeting on Thursday, December 29th at 6 p.m. at the Commerce Building to give an update to all citizens about the recent acts of violence that have occurred in our city. Please, ma'am, please, sir, your assistance is greatly appreciated and it is needed.
And if we don't get your assistance, see my badge law enforcers, that's why they're behind me. They got their shiny little badges on. They got their bulletproof vests on, and they're ready to come after you if you disobey my law, my order, my supreme commander ordinance. This is the supreme commander. You will obey me or you will be punished.
If you have any information that can be used towards a possible arrest, please contact Bill Sadler of the Little Rock, Arkansas State Police or call the Arkansas State Police tip hotline.
So now it's not bad enough that she's going to lock 1,700 people in their homes. And if they come out, they're going to get arrested, searched, seized, fined, imprisoned. Now she wants those 1,700 people who are locked in their homes to look out their window and report to the police chief if they see anything. They need to say something. If you see anything suspicious, let us know. You be our eyes. You help us facilitate our tyranny.
At 501-618-8000. Please help us bring these senseless acts of crime to a stop.
Who's going to help bring your senseless acts of crime to a stop? AQI Audits, thanks for that super chat. He says the party told you to reject the evidence of your eyes and ears. It was their final, most essential command. Yep.
Thank you.
That was, was that 1984? Now let's take a look at this. This is a news report that was done by, I think, a local Arkansas news station, and she was on the ground trying to get some answers. Why did you shut him down? Why did you take away everybody's rights? We got to get some answers, and she couldn't find any answers. Check this out.
Please help us bring these senseless acts of crime to a stop.
The city of Eudora will have a curfew tonight after the mayor calls a civil emergency due to what she is calling senseless acts of violence. TV 11's Ashley Godwin traveled to Chico County today to try and get answers.
We came to the city to see what exactly is going on, but we were met with...
Yeah, that is actually another good point right there, is all 1,700 are under curfew, but not the law enforcers, not Tahlequah. They get a special place over there in Eudora. That anybody would comply with any of this and not just take to the streets en masse to the point where cops can't do anything about it is truly ridiculous.
little to no answers.
Sorry, let me replay this.
City to see what exactly is going on, but we were met with little to no answers.
She is not back there.
It was the same answer as I looked for city officials to talk to.
The mayor's not there. No one can talk to me there.
Trying to find out why a civil emergency is declared in small town Eudora.
What's the other violence going on?
It began after Mayor Tahlequah Butler announced a citywide curfew Tuesday night.
Our city has been recently plagued with senseless acts of violence.
Can you imagine being the head of the house and you telling your family, hey guys, Tahlequah told us we can't go out between 8 and 6 and we have to comply. We have to be the very order followers that your public fool indoctrination program told you to be.
The curfew is from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. The only exceptions to the curfew are work or medical reasons. The Eudora Police Department will enforce the curfew, and if they pull you over, you could be searched and possibly ticketed. When I asked around about what kinds of violence are going on, I only got...
It's a snap of the finger. Everybody in the town automatically became a criminal if you disobey. It's just the pride of these people thinking that they can do this and that they can get away with it and that they probably are getting away with it shows you the cognitive dissonance that most of the people in Eudora, the citizens of Eudora, are cemented in. They're literally going to obey an on-your-face unjust order. There's violence going on everywhere. If everybody did what Eudora did, we'd be shut down every night of the week, especially in Chicago, Los Angeles, Washington, New York. New York would just be, roll up the sidewalks. You can't do any business between 8 and 6 because there's so much crime in New York. And granted, there's 8 or 9 million people in New York and only 1,700 people in Eudora, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the amount of people. What matters is liberties were taken away. Even if liberties are taken away from one person unjustly under the color of, hey, we got an ordinance, we got to keep people safe, it's still unjust.
Vague answers. One woman telling me her brother hears gunshots at night. Arkansas State Police tells us they are investigating a Christmas Eve shooting that killed 47-year-old Martine Frazel and injured 40-year-old Jermaine Lindsay.
Still not a justification to shut down the rights of 1,700 people. Hey, 2 people died. What should we do? We need to institute a curfew by force. By force of law. Government is not eloquence. It's not reason. It's not logic. It's not rationality. It's not love. It's not compassion. It's not common sense. It is force. And like fire, it's a dangerous servant and a fearful master. On display right here for all to see.
Also came down here to see if the boil order had been resolved, and because temperatures are above freezing, they say water is on and you need to call your plumber if you're still having issues with your pipes.
Holy mackerel, man. So we got a curfew in Eudora. If it can happen in Eudora, Arkansas, it can happen anywhere. Trot Golfer says it's not far from me. Yeah, it'd be like a 6 or 7 hour drive. That's pretty far. That's a long drive for me anyway. The next thing I wanted to cover is this video from Frauditor Troll. He gets onto Brooklyn Audit for getting arrested. And I think the arrest happened in the 75th precinct, although for some reason I think he goes over the 90th precinct on this. Oh, actually, he got arrested at the 75th precinct and he got pushed out of the lobby in the 90th precinct. So the cops in New York City in some of these precincts, some not, some are concerned about a camera for some reason in their public lobby. And Frauditor Troll has some words of condemnation, not commendation, but condemnation for Brooklyn Audit. So let's take a look at some of this.
Welcome back, everybody. In today's video, we'll be taking a look at Brooklyn Audit's when he gets removed from the police station Now, it's very hilarious. They do let him back in afterwards, but you could tell that they really hurt his feelings. Now, enjoy the video.
See, and this to me is not about feelings. It's not about, is it hilarious or not? Does it have entertainment value? The issue to me is it right for a law enforcement officer whose job it is to protect and serve the public, is it right for them to bar access to a member of the public in a public lobby simply because they have a sign up saying don't record? Is it right for a law enforcement agent? Is it consistent with taking their oath to ensure that the freedom of the press is protected and facilitated? Is that right? That's my question.
Video.
And here we go at the 90th precinct. Mind you, 16 degrees out this mother. Woo!
He makes fun of him making these noises right here, which is, it seems petty. It seems petty to me. Frauditor Troll's about to make fun of Brooklyn Audit for just saying, wow, it's cold out here. 16 degrees, that's pretty cold.
Ooh, heated jacket, I'm cold.
Okay, is this Frauditors playing games? Is he trying to become a lolcow? Why is he making all these weird noises? Here, let's listen to it again.
I think Frauditor Troll's trying to be humorous here.
90th precinct.
To me, the tyranny overshadows any of the supposed humor that Frauditor Troll sees in any of this. We'll watch some more of this and we'll ask a couple questions, but it seems pretty obvious to me that you don't want tyranny spreading across the land. But my idea of tyranny and Frauditor Troll's idea of tyranny are two different things.
Go. Body camera on. Let's go. Hey, Sarge,
Okay, so let's just freeze right here. Brooklyn Audit is in a public lobby in a police station where every member of that police department has sworn an oath to protect the freedom of the press. And now they're going to object to a member of the press, which is you and me. If you have a camera, you are press. However you want to define that, it doesn't matter. If you're recording, you are a historian. You are press. You don't need credentials. You have the freedom to engage in this activity. But for some reason, the law enforcers who took this oath to secure and protect and defend the freedom of the press don't want the freedom of the press enacted inside of their public lobby. Why is that? If you were a good cop doing good things, you would want as many cameras in that lobby as possible.
You got a complaint form?
There's no recording at the precinct. You gotta.
I want a complaint form though. I want to just.
Turn off the camera.
Why?
There's no recording inside the precinct.
I don't want to get beat up to get a complaint form though.
All right, you gotta turn off the camera.
But can I get a complaint form before I walk out?
Just turn your phone off, please.
Why?
Watch this.
You're not allowed to record in here.
Why can't I?
Because you're not allowed. Look.
Look at this. Look, they both point. Look, the sign. Look, that's the supreme law of the land right here. Look, the sign. See all these words right here? Aren't they pretty words? They're red words on a white sign. That is the supreme law of the land in this police station. This is a constitution-free zone. This is a freedom of the press free zone. Don't you understand? This is our God. This is what we bow down to. This is the standard for life. This is what you have to comply with. And if you don't comply with the sign gods, then we will put our hands on you while they're recording with their body cams in the lobby. The hypocrisy and the irony is off the charts on this. The Richter scale doesn't even count that high. If this was an earthquake, the needle would be just going off the paper, ripping the page all over the place. Members of the public are prohibited from exercising their freedom of the press and freedom of speech inside this facility. Members of the public that we promise to protect and serve your rights are prohibited. The prohibition in the First Amendment is the prohibition for government to do what they're doing. That's the prohibition. The prohibition isn't on the public. The prohibition is on government servants who are supposed to be protecting their right to do what these cops are saying you can't do in the lobby. Let's listen to what Frauditor Troll says about this. He finds it hilarious. He finds it hilarious that Brooklyn Audit's rights are being stripped from him right now, which means, and I'm just assuming here, which means Frauditor Troll wants his own rights stripped from him in a public lobby of a police station where the cops swore to protect his rights. Frauditor Troll wants his children to have their rights stripped from him. Now, I know Frauditor Troll's argument here would probably be, well, I'm not going to go into a police station and record because the sign says don't do it. And I'm a good little boy, and I'm going to train my children, if he has children, I'm going to train my children to be good little boys and good little girls and to comply with the government authority. And to not offer a layer of accountability to the police officers. We're going to do exactly, Frauditor Troll's like, we're going to do exactly what that sign says because we agree with the coppers that sign is the supreme law of the land.
But that's not a law, that's a policy. But can I just get a complaint form?
Okay, you can step outside. What do you need a complaint for?
Why are you putting your hands on me for, bro?
Just come outside.
Don't touch me.
See the green light blinking, the camera's on. I think maybe if it blinks red, it's actually recording. But at least this camera's charged up. I don't know if it's recording. It probably is. And if it's recording, then they're recording in the public lobby, telling a member of the public he can't record in the public lobby, which means what? The cops believe that they have more rights and more authority than the people that they're claiming to be servants of.
Outside then.
You guys are walking up on me too hard right now. I want to complain for him
You were
first.
told that you're not allowed to
My
record
body count is
You need
going
to get
through.
outside.
But yo, get your hands off me. Yo, bro, get your hands off me, bro. Give me.
Oh, now this cop walked through the public lobby with at least his body cams running. So he was violating his own policy. Oh, you're not a member of the public. You're a special person. You get special right. You get more rights than we do, but you're kicking this man. Here's the irony, guys. They are kicking this man out for doing the exact same thing that they're doing, which shows that these cops have the mentality of, I'm better than you. I got more rights than you. I can do things that you can't.
Yo, what are your name and badge number? I want a complaint form, though. I got to get a complaint form from here.
So here Karen is having multiple requests all at once. First, she wants a...
Guys, we're just warming up with this Frauditor Troll thing. So wait till you hear what Frauditor Troll admits that he does to Brooklyn Audit here.
Complaint form. She wants also names and badge numbers, and very soon you best believe she'll be asking for a supervisor.
Can I get you?
He's actually calling this is interesting. He's calling Brooklyn Audit she, which means this is going to be very important in about 3 or 4 minutes into this video. Let's go back. He's calling Brooklyn Audits a she. Brooklyn Audits is clearly a he. So Frauditor Troll is intentionally misgendering Brooklyn Audit. I'm going to show you why in a couple minutes, why that's important.
And very soon, you best believe she'll be asking for a supervisor.
She.
Can I get your badge number? Can I get your cards? Because you put your hands on me. What are you putting your hands on me for, bro? Who the f*** are you to put your hands on me? Yo, I want your cards. Don't walk away from me. Come on, bro. I'm trying to get a complaint form. I'm scared to walk in the precinct right now. You guys see how aggressive you
You're allowed
are?
to make a complaint, sir, but you cannot record.
But see how aggressive you are. That's why I record.
3 times you're not allowed to record.
I don't give a how many times you told me. Give me a card. Where's your card? You put your hands on me. Who the you put your hands on me, bro? No, don't hold the door like a little coward. Give me a card. I want a complaint form. That's why I record. Because you guys want to be abusive. Out of here.
This guy.
Now, let me back this up real quick. See this camera right here? So they are clearly recording in the lobby. It's okay for the government to record you, but it's not okay for you to record the government. Why doesn't a government employee want anybody recording in this lobby? Why are they united? Why are all these cops united, bowing down at the altar of this sign as though it's the supreme law of the land, trying to shove this member of the public out? All he's got is a camera. He's not there to harm anybody. He's there to get a complaint form, according to him. Why are they so unsettled in their own spirits? Why are they so nervous that a cameraman is in here? What is the harm? What's the justification? Oh, we got documents in here. Maybe you shouldn't make them. Maybe you shouldn't set your documents out in a public area. Oh, we got computer screens that, somebody could record. What if somebody's got a photographic memory and they memorize everything that's on that screen? Why don't you turn that screen away if it's that important? But no, their solution to this problem, which there isn't a problem, their solution is to go hands-on and initiate violence on a peaceful person who has done nothing wrong. That is the definition of a crime. The true criminals are the ones who are wearing costumes here.
Abusive. Out of here.
This guy's video takes about double the amount of time to edit because he swears every single sentence. He'll say 5 or 6 words and then he swears. So it's taking me a long time, but this video is worth it.
You want to lock me?
Yeah, Dark Otto says in the chat room, because cops are lazy and overpaid, they don't want the public to see that. That's a good point too. It's not just about sensitive information. It's about how much time are these cops actually wasting on the clock. And if they are wasting time on the clock, why do we need them? Why don't we pare down the 75th precinct or the 90th precinct? Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, lock me up. Give me your card now. You put your hands on me. You assaulted me. Both of you. He assaulted me. Yeah, okay, yeah, violate my rights. You guys took an oath to this shit. You know that, right?
You're not allowed to.
It doesn't matter. That's not law.
Look, they're still pointing at the sign. This guy did it too. He's not the original one that came out and pointed at the sign. They're all like, look, the sign. We're the sign police. You need to obey the signage. The signage is very clear. See, the members of the public cannot record in here. You don't have a First Amendment right in here. Funny.
Yo, don't touch me again. Why are you out of your mind, bro? You're gonna get sued right now. I want your card too. Here we go. We got a hug card. I'm turning it up. You guys think I'm playing. I'm not playing. Yeah, write that card down. Yo, give me your card too. You put your hands on me. Trust me, you're gonna get sued too. You guys want to violate my rights? Don't worry about it.
Here it
I want
comes.
your card too.
Wait for
Hey,
it.
cowboy. Hey, yo. Get back over here. Give me your card.
So here he called him a homophobic slur, the bundle of sticks. It started with an F, finishes with a T, and I made sure to do the right thing. I went back to his video and reported it for promoting hate speech.
He went back to Brooklyn Audit's video and reported to YouTube that he's promoting hate speech, which could literally get Brooklyn Audit down. And you know that people can use that term and not be, they're not, what they say right there is not, cannot be construed by a logical, common sense person as hate speech. And yet at the 216, this is at the 418 mark, at the 216 mark, Frauditor Troll, who submitted a report against Brooklyn Audit for hate speech, intentionally misgendered Frauditor Troll. So what should we do? And I'm not asking anybody to do this. Please don't do it. Unless you, I mean, if you want to, I'm not endorsing this. But what people could do is, hey, at the 216 mark, you called Brooklyn Audit Karen, and that's not his name. It's Brooklyn Audit. And you called him a her when you've completely misgendered. So that's hate speech. See how that works? This is why I hate censorship, guys. This is why I hate all this. Oh, I'm going to sue you. I'm going to take you to court. I'm going to censor you. If you use any of my content, I'm going to issue a community guideline strike. Guys, that's censorship. I hate censorship. Censorship is it's illogical, it's unreasonable, and it's immoral because basically you're forcing people into silence when you wouldn't want to be forced into silence yourself. That's number one. Number two, censorship is a double-edged sword, Frauditor Troll. You submitted a hate speech violation to YouTube, which could get his channel demonetized or taken down. And now he can do the exact same thing to you for the exact same reasons because he interpreted you calling him Karen and a she when he's really a he as being transphobic. And who defines hate speech anyway? This is the world that I think these Frauditor Troll people want to live in. This enigmatic, subjective, oh, that's hate because I say it is, and if it's hate, then you should be penalized and you should be forced into silence for all eternity, and you shouldn't have a channel because you said some slur that I got offended about. There are people who are of that persuasion that would hear the FAGGOT, word and not get offended. Be like, what are you talking about? Hate speech. This is these are terms that people use all the day. Do you go to every video and flag them for hate speech because they use that word, because people use that word all the time. They use it in music videos. They're boosted in the top trending by YouTube. It's crazy what you just did there, Frauditor Troll. You would not want that done to you by clearly misgendering Brooklyn Audit, but you instead did that to him. Let's listen to what he says again. This is so lowbrow.
Is with a T, and I made sure to do the right thing. I went back to his video and reported it for promoting hate speech.
Wow.
That's just me, though. I'm never encourage anybody to go report any videos. But personally, when I see videos that promote hate against the LGBTQ community, I just report it.
How is using that term promoting hate? God.
Yeah, okay. Turning up. Told you I ain't playing around no more.
It's disgusting.
Grabbing me like
this whole
that.
thing's
What is
disgusting.
it? Out of there. Minds? Oh, I'm not done with you. I told you I want your card. I opened your door again. Give me your card. You put your hands on me. You guys right now. You know that, right? You done up. You done up, bro. No, I want your card, yo. Yeah, I want your card. You don't put your hands on me ever again in your life. Don't you ever put your hands on me. Tyrants, don't tell me where to go. You go home, bro. Don't tell me where to go. You go home. Little bitch. This ain't even your business card, bro. What the is this? Yeah, I'm turning up. I ain't playing no more. What the is this? Can't even read that shit. Want to grab me and throw me out of the precinct. Yeah, exactly. See what I'm saying? Exactly. I ain't playing with them no more, bro. You guys are a bunch of...
So basically, by doing this video, he's proving that they are not tyrants. You really think tyrants would allow this punk to talk to them this way? Of course not. The punk would have disappeared. But they're not tyrants, they're just regular cops, so they're just not paying that much attention to it.
They're not tyrants, and they didn't enact tyranny. They didn't put their hands on him and force him out against his will and without his consent. That is the definition of tyranny. Are there levels of tyranny? Could they have been more aggressive? Yes, they could have. Could they have pulled out their tasers and deployed them? Of course they could have. But does that make them putting their hands on him any less tyrannical? Tyranny is simply the exertion of oppression by a government agent onto somebody in an unwelcome manner and in basically an unrighteous manner. So in the context is the elimination of the First Amendment freedom of press within a public sphere. Now you can call it limited public forum, limited public hangout, or whatever you want to call it, but it's still a constitution-free zone when it shouldn't be. Why are the cops acting like tyrants? Why did they boot him out of a public lobby when he should have been able to film? Why are they treating as the supreme law of the land this writing on the wall that says members of the public cannot record in here? Why don't they want the public to record them? There are very good reasons for not wanting to be recorded as a public servant. You don't want the public to know what you're doing. You don't want the public to know what you're involved in. And you want to use that as a justification to exact more tyranny against people who are just exercising their rights. That is the definition of tyranny, Frauditor Troll. That is the definition of tyranny. Now I've got somebody put a comment under my last video that says that because I uploaded a video today, talking about Brooklyn Audit and the fact that he got arrested and everything. And for all I knew, he was still in jail. But Judy Who says that Brooklyn Audit is out of jail. Per Maud Crofty through Brooklyn's daughter, he was held for 6 hours. They stole his brand new iPhone. That's another thing is that the trolling bunch, they say that when your property is taken from you by a law enforcement officer, that's not stealing, that's seizure. And when you're arrested, they put the cuffs on you, throw you into a car and take you into a cage against your will, that's not kidnapping, that's arrest. So it's seizure and arrest. So they like these euphemisms, which in the real world looks exactly the same as a theft and a kidnapping. So he said he was held for 6 hours. They stole his brand new iPhone, of course, so he's offline until Tuesday when a new phone arrives. So they stole his property. I assume they stole his body cam as well. And back to the frauditor troll. Let me see. I think he goes into another story, which I'm not really interested in covering.
Anyways, I'll just show you one little part before we move on to the next clip, because this guy is swearing so much. It's taking way too much time to edit this nonsense.
Trust me, I'll stay here all night long. Let's go. Body cam rolling. Go ahead, violate my rights, mother. You ever put your mother hands on me again, you're gonna get dude, I want 3 complaint forms, motherfucker. Exactly. Give me 3.
All right, 3 complaints for him. We heard you. Anyways, let's move on.
All right, so that's it on the frauditor troll and the Eudora lockdown, Eudora, Arkansas lockdown. Let me see what you guys are saying here. I think I saw another super chat, so I'll take care of that, and then we'll head out of here. And what do you guys got planned for tonight? Anybody got planned a big shindig for the New Year's festivities? Breaking the Flaw says, call Free Talk Live tonight about this story. If I got time. Last night I intended to do it, Breaking the Flaw, but I just ran out of time. And tonight we're probably going to be doing some stuff. So I do intend on calling Free Talk Live. If anybody knows what's going on with Ian Freeman and Keen and Free Talk Live and all that, go to Breaking the Flaw on Twitter. Breaking the Flaw on Twitter, or follow Breaking the Flaw because he covers that stuff on his YouTube channel. Staying here in the cabin in the Rockies. Oh, nice, Dad, son. That sounds good. Man, being in a nice cabin, being snowed in, got the fire going. Yeah, I don't know, Patrick Lewis. I like to keep it just on. I sound like Obama. I don't want to call anybody names, okay? So if I've done it, I've broken my own rule. I want to deal with just the issues, the ideas that they have rolling in their head, why they want to carve out Constitution-free areas and applaud and backpat the law enforcers. It just makes no sense. Auditors should call Free Talk Live as much as they want, says Breaking the Flaw. Put the number in there, Breaking the Flaw, for Free Talk Live. If I understand right, Eastern time, it is every night, 7 nights a week, right? Breaking the Flaw, 7 to 10 Eastern Standard Time. Pounded Buffalo, New York. Not bad now, but man, oh man. Oh, snow did? Yeah. Yeah, I guess being snowed in could get old after a little while, especially if you haven't stored up on food and water. And if your electricity goes out. If you're in the city, oh my gosh, I just wouldn't want to be in New York City. Just wouldn't want to be in New York City. Happy New Year to you, Trot Golfer. Don't forget to hit the like button before you leave, guys. 603-283-6160, 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's Free Talk Live. Yeah, so if any auditor / journalists want to call in, that'd be a good thing to talk about. Yeah, Rathgard says, let's see if we can get 300 likes. Okay, guys, I'm out of here. Hope you guys enjoy your New Year's festivities if you have any planned, and hope you stay safe. And here's to hopefully tyranny-free, although that's not going to happen, but maybe we can push that back the veil a little bit, 2023. I hope we get a freer 2023 than 2022 was, or the mess the last 2.5 years were. Appreciate you guys. Happy New Year, and I'll see you next time.